There's two people here I need to recognize. This gentleman right here in the front has hired me when I was a Rutgers MBA, trying to get out of city planning, which is what I was in. And I think I was at the school for about an hour, and I had an interview with him. He says, "Can you figure out an amortization schedule?" You don't remember this, Steve, but I do. And I bullshitted my way through it. And he hired me, and here he is again 40 years later. The other guy, where's Ray? This fellow's been my partner since 1992. We met on this panel in 1981. Before Paul was involved, there was a guy named Dick Marshall, who was the predecessor for Morris Davis. And he did a careers in real estate. Rutgers dropped the ball after a few years, but Ray and I met, became friends, and been partners for 20 some odd years now as well. But we met through Rutgers. It's a very, very small community. So the people you're meeting today may be with you the rest of your career. So you should really make that effort to meet not only your students, but all of us, because we're all making time. I don't think you said that I was teaching this year.
I didn't.
You did?
I did not.
You did not, okay.
You say you were Roger.
I have an official Rutgers ID card now because we got conned into teaching. Carl Goldberg and I are now teaching real estate development, so some of my students are in the classroom, so they've heard all this nonsense before. I went from city planning, which I hated, talked my way into Harts Mountain, which I loved. And Steve was the vice president of retail development, so somehow I got sucked into doing shopping centers. And we've been involved in quite a few. This one is, we bought this property in Clifton in 1999. And when we bought it, we bought it for a 10 cap on $900,000 of income. Today the NOI is over $4 million. I've had offers at 6 caps that I've rejected. And you can make some money in this business.
I ask, do you know what NOI is in caps?
Everybody in this room better know those numbers.
Well,
Better.
I'm gonna go in real estate.
If you're going in, I'm not explaining. You want an explanation, enroll in the class. And then we built Livingston Town Center. It was an abject failure, but we solved all sorts of problems. We have a 130-year-old building in Summit that we own. I redeveloped this in Burnsville, had litigation that's still going on with all the neighbors. There's an ongoing theme. A lot of us on the dais and a lot of people in the room. This is a tough business. If you're not tough, don't go into it. And I mean that very sincerely. This was a hard steal. Steve, remember this one?
I do.
This was a swamp. The piles on this job were going down about 25 feet. Is there a pointer on this, Paul?
Here.
Yeah, here. If you get beyond this section, they went down 175 feet. I got it.
No, but my techie guy here didn't know.
Enroll in my class. We were building a 400,000-foot building for the international rug business, a bunch of Persian rug dealers who had fled from the Shah. We had budgeted 75 feet down for the piles. They went 175 feet. Added an extra $10 million to the job. Had I been doing it by myself, I would have been bankrupt, but thank God Harts Mountain's got a lot of money. What's this one?
Town Plaza.
Town Plaza, East Windsor. This is a strip center in East Windsor. Got a movie theater, a supermarket, a bunch of stores. This is a shopping center we did as part of Harts. Built, again, well, you can see all the swamps here. This is all remediated. This is all on piles. Raintree, when I got there, when I left Harts, I went to work for a residential builder, became the retail partner. He had built all the stores with no tenants, no anchors. I got there, he said, well, you got 60,000 feet of empty stores and no anchors. Go to town. So we did that. This we built down in Tom's River. You're gonna kill all of us. Okay. The answer to the questions, we all work too many hours. I tend to work about 60 or 70 hours a week. Today I was tracking down an FAA permit because I'm building a shopping center in Elizabeth. I think I have it here. No, I didn't put it up there. We're under construction in Elizabeth for a food town anchored strip center, and we have to use a crane because we're hanging some prefab walls. We're in the flight path of Newark Airport. So I was talking to the mayor of Elizabeth today saying, how do I get an FAA permit to have a crane go up 120 feet without it being clipped by a plane? He goes, I don't know, you're on your own. True story. So I don't know what we're doing, but we're going to get it done. Can you make money? Yeah. Steve got me equity. I didn't know what equity was. 1/4 of 1%. The 1/8 of 1% that you got me at in Weehawken at Lincoln Harbor translated into $280,000 when I left Hart's. All of us on this dais have made some money. You can make some real money in this business, but you have to create value. If you don't create value, you're going to work for somebody else, you're going to get a salary, and it's going to be fine. If you create value, you can become Paul Profeta. I'm done.